everyone, my name is Leilani Lopez and I'm the author of the upcoming young adult paranormal book, Devil's Air. It is coming out this fall, so get excited. And so today I'm going to be doing the Authortube Newbie Tag. No one tagged me, but I'm going to do it anyways. So I'll be looking at my phone for the questions, so I apologize in advance if I'm looking down. And let's get started. So, how did you find out about Authortube? So if you don't know this about me, I'm a recent college graduate with a degree in creative writing from the University of California, Riverside. I graduated this past June, so June 2018. So if you can tell by my degree, I wanted to be a writer forever, but never really believed in myself that I could actually do this. So one day I was sitting there at my corporate job having an absolute ball being not creative whatsoever in this role, and I started looking at, I don't even remember, just writerly things maybe, how to become an author, that type of stuff, and I actually came across Alexa Dunn. So she was the first author tuber I ever found about, and I basically binged most of her videos that day, and ever since then I've been obsessed with Authortube. I've been watching so many different authors, both traditionally and self-published, though mostly self-published, and then just kind of realized it's not as taboo as it used to be. Not that it ever was, don't get me wrong, but not as normal, self-publishing I mean. So that's kind of how I found out about it, and once I decided that that was going to be the route for me, I've been watching Authortubers ever since. Question 2, what genre do you write in? So if you can tell by this bad boy right here, currently I'm writing paranormal. That's my dream fantasy. I love all things paranormal. Give me all the vampires, all the werewolves. I don't care if it's Twilight over and over again. I'd still read it. But eventually I hope to try to traditionally publish a contemporary piece of work, because I feel like that would be, not that it's easier, but more likely to be picked up compared to a paranormal, especially in this era that we're currently in, which is mostly fantasy based for all the YA stuff. Question 3, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? So young adult, I would say I would eventually like to do new adult, because I love the new adult stuff that I can find on Kindle, especially college romances. I'm obsessed, probably because I just graduated, but for now, definitely just young adult. And I usually write in the present tense. Yeah. Question 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or a plantser? Oh boy. So I'm definitely a hardcore pantser. And if you watched my previous video about how I'm trying to become a plotzer or a plantser, a plantser is the term that is used in this question, I really wish that I was a plotter, because as I'm going through my, if you hear snoring, it's my dog. You can't see him, but I'll show him at the end. That's my dog right there. He's sleeping. I'm having a really rough time with my 4th draft of Devil's Air before I hand it off to my developmental editor. Mostly just changing things around. Like, I'm constantly feeling like it's never good enough, which obviously is every author. Every author is always going to feel like it's not good enough, especially when it's your debut novel, it's your first time around. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of large elements that are missing. So as I'm editing, I'm constantly changing things and talking to my sister, who's giving me really good feedback, and she's the one who has to tell me, like, chill, you can't keep changing it or else it's not going to be the same story. And because I do plan on this being a trilogy, there is plenty of room to put those ideas in later. So I'm hoping for this next book in this series, I'm hoping to plot it really, really hardcore. And by really, really hardcore for me, I mean literally just anything. Just ideas on a paper before I put it into writing. Please, God, and by God I'm referring to myself right now, listen to me, to yourself. Anyways, I'm gonna move on now. Question 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I'm technically yet to be published, though I do plan on self-publishing this piece, and like I said, hopefully traditionally publishing a contemporary piece eventually. 6. What publishing company, lit agent, printing company, blah blah blah. If you're not yet published, what is your dream house, blah blah blah. So because I'm self-publishing, it's not really valid to me, but I will say that obviously what author doesn't want to be picked up by one of the big 5? So not many people know this about me, even some of my super close friends in high school, middle school, late middle school, early high school. I actually ran a really successful book blog when those were big, and I was actually on the, what are they called? Marketing mailing list for like a lot of really awesome companies, especially some of the big 5. So if you would look at my, well, most of my books are put away. These are only the ones that I want on display that are up there. If you look at a lot of those books, I actually have some arcs of some really awesome stuff that were sent to me by those publishing houses. So it's been a dream to be published by the big 5 since middle school, I guess. But for now, self-publishing is the right route for me. 7. What Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? So I would probably say, because I'm literally going through my first round of trying to publish a book, you can definitely expect a lot of newbie how-tos. So you'll probably see all the mistakes that I do in real time, some vlog stuff, because I love just spewing to the camera and taking you guys with me, because I love to see other author-tubers or just YouTubers in general, all of their vlogs, to see their day in their lives and the woman behind the camera. So that's for now. Eventually, so more towards the fall when this is going to be closer to publication, I'll definitely be doing a how much did self-publishing cost me, how I found my editors, my experience with them, cover designers, etc. So that'll be coming up within the next couple months. Question 8, when did you start writing? So opposite of a lot of avid readers or authors, I hated reading as a kid. I hated reading. I just never found anything that was interesting to me. They were just words on a page and something that my school required me to do, so I freaking hated it until high school. One of my really good friends, I'll never forget this. I was sitting in the corner of my living room where our landline was, and she read to me a scene from Twilight. Yes, Twilight. And it was this scene where Bella jumped on like Edward's back or something like that, and they ran through the forest to the open field, where in the movie it's that famous scene where he's like looking at her and she's looking at him and he like sparkles. Twilight is my life. So honestly, that book changed my life. Like, I know it sounds like sad or whatever, especially to the people who hate Twilight, but she read to me that chapter. I bought the 3 out that day, and again, for someone that barely read a single page in her entire life, to read they're up there, you can't see them, the over 1,000 pages just in the first 3 books alone was something huge for me. Like, it changed my life, and after that series finished, it started my love for paranormal. So I guess it's kind of when I started writing at the same time. Like, middle school is the long answer to that question. Moving on. Twilight for life. What was the first story you ever wrote? Take a guess. It was a vampire love story. I I vaguely remember what it was about. It was like a girl who came from like a wealthy vampire family. I think like her dad was like a scientist of some sort, and he created like a cool invention or something, so that's why they were like wealthy. And she saved a human boy who was into some trouble or something like that, and I think she like turned him into a vampire. I don't know, but it was maybe like 100 some change pages, and so again, huge for me. And I actually gave it to one of my friends, the only person I ever gave it to, one of my early middle school friends, and she read it, and to this very day we kind of joke about it all the time. Whenever I post like a new vlog or a new video or something like that, she'll always comment and she'll say, you know, I still remember that book, and from that day I knew you were going to be an author. So that's something that her and I will always have that's really special to me. Next, what authors have inspired your writing the most? So I don't want to give away too much, but all I'm going to say is Becca Fitzpatrick and Lauren Kate are the two authors that I turn to the most, mostly for pacing. So that'll give you a hint of kind of what to expect if you've read their books, so I'm gonna leave it at that. 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? So, like I said, I work full-time, but I work in the, I think you'd call it the swing shift, so 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Friday. So I try to do all my stuff in the mornings, but I also have a 10-month-old Doberman Pinscher puppy who you've probably seen in my videos if you've seen any of the other ones. And so I'm recently been trying to take him out every morning because he drives me crazy if I don't. So I'm trying to take him out. I'm working on my own fitness journey, so I try to do all that first thing in the mornings, and then try to get in some writing before I have lunch and I have to head out because I don't get home until 11 o'clock every night, in bed by like midnight. So I usually have kind of a late start to my mornings, depending when I can just roll out. So yeah, again, long answer to a short question. I usually try to write in my mornings. That really sucks because I actually do my best writing at night, which is probably why I'm having a really hard time with my revisions, especially writing paranormal. Like, you know, it's nighttime and I'll light a candle, play some good music. But I can't do that Monday through Friday, so I do what I can. Question 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or a blend of both? Where do you write in general? I usually write right here in my room, just because it's quiet, you know, dogs downstairs barking. I'm up here trying to get some words in. So when I'm actually writing, I'll always write on my computer. But for each project that I work on, I have a specific notebook. So if I'm at work, or yeah, mostly at work, and something pops into my head, I'll scribble it in there, but then I'll always transfer it over to my laptop when I sit down to actually do the writing. Last question. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of the Authortube community? So I'm just so excited to connect to more readers. Like I said, when I was in middle school and running those book blogs, most of my friends were online and they were also in the book blogging community. And to this very day, like, I have such a special place in my heart for all of those people and just the things that we were able to talk about. And so I'm so excited to, one, catch up on everything new, because I haven't really been able to read kind of anything published in the last couple years, if I'm going to be honest, because I just graduated. So every book that I was reading was for school, unfortunately. And even as a creative writing major, we weren't exactly reading Twilight, so I'm excited to see your guys' recommendations. I'm so thankful that you guys are excited for me and that you're willing to wait for my book, and hopefully you'll still be willing to read it by the time that it comes out. And I'm so excited to get to know other author tubers and hopefully collaborate, because I love watching all your guys' videos, learning from you. Hopefully you learn from me. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay, is that it? Yeah, that's it. So like I said, my name's Leilani Lopez. You can find me on Instagram at Leilani Lopez. That's it. You can go to my website, leilanilopez.com. It's still pretty bare, but you can look at some stuff there. Sign up for my newsletter, and please let me know if you have any ideas of what you would like to see in the special members only page that I'm planning on creating for that website. So that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.